in Ohio. So he was like, all you want to do is smoke that weed and stay in fights and stuff like that. I said, no, coach, I'm going to change. I'm going to get my grades right. I'm going to do right this time. I just want to play my senior year. So I was like, all right, I'm going to see. So after that, came to the end of the camp, and he was like, I don't know. He's like, I don't know because I don't know if I could trust you. You might just blow it and don't even want to do the right thing. So the team stood up for me. They was like, Don came to practice every day, every day. So finally, he just let me join. He put the ball on the ground. He told me to kick it, and I made my first field goal for him. So he tried me. So my senior year, I got the chance to play football for Greenville High School. Where I was a field goal kicker. I also did RTC for 4 years. So he let me play. I ended up being the special teams MVP at the end of the season. I had a perfect season field goal kicking. I ain't missed none but one in the playoffs. So I had a perfect season. And I got MVP special teams. I also got my RTC ropes for 4 years. Everything was going good for me my senior year. I thought when I got out of high school, I was going to be able to either join the Army or go play with Jacksonville Gamecocks up there. I think it's by Aniston or something. Yeah, I was going to be able to play for them. But it come a big turnaround for me where I had got indicted when I just had graduated in 2012. I was catching an indictment for marijuana drug possession. So that hindered me right there. And my sister had moved on because she had just graduated, and her and my mother had moved to Georgia. And I was all by myself. I told her I'd be okay because that's what a man would do, don't stress his mom out. So I told her I'd be okay, but I really wasn't. So as I stayed with my cousin, it was just so much going on for me, like just trying to do the right thing, as far as like going to work every day and try to provide for myself and try to help my cousin out. She had, 2 kids at the time. And it was just a lot of stress for me just being young and just coming out of high school trying to support a whole family and keep everything up. Because when she had her little downfall, I helped her out. But I led back to selling drugs again. And it led me for my first incarceration where I would receive a number for 293311. That was my new name. Yes, ma'am. I ended up going to Kilby. I ended up going to four prison systems my first time. And it was hard for my mother. She had came back down here, and I stressed her out. I told her everything's going to be okay. I'm just going to go in like I came out. But when I went in there, my mindset wasn't on just changing. It still was on the same thing, like my street mentality. I just kept doing the same thing. When I went in there, I also started selling drugs in there. Because my mother got carpal tunnel in her hands and stuff like that, and she got bad feet. So I didn't want her just working, trying to stress, trying to make sure I was okay and fed in there. So I ended up doing the same thing in there, and it led to me doing the same thing when I got out. But I stayed clean for like 2 months, I could say, without doing anything, 2 or 3 months. But then I would receive some bad news in our family that my uncle diabetes was killing him from dialysis. It was very hard for me to watch him pass away like he did, losing teeth, eyesight, and a lot of weight. It was really hard for me. I used to cry when I used to talk about it all the time, but now it just I hold my cup of my tears. 'Cause that was my best friend. He was like my idol. And yes, ma'am. But I used to use my addiction even heavier. And also I used to do ecstasy. So, and just taking them pills like I was taking them, everybody was fearing for me. I was trying to do something to myself because I was just out there, just in the world, not going to sleep, staying in cars when I ain't have to. I just didn't want to go in the house. And sometimes I didn't want to face the reality for real. Yes, ma'am. And then as I got past that, I tried to get past it. I ain't gonna say I did. it just made my anxiety and my depression even more harder for me. Just thinking about how he just left me like that. And about 2 years later, I would I would see a friend when I try to get myself back together. This how the devil works on you too, because when you try to do good, it seems like more bad stuff come for you than it do good. So probably 2 years later, from 2018, I will receive another indictment for distribution, which I wasn't even selling at the time. I was just helping a friend get some weed, and he wore a camera on me, and I would receive my second distribution. So I would be headed back to prison in 2018, and I ended up doing 2 years. But this time I was saying to myself, why not just try to see what it feel like to change my life around. So I would go to a program called ATF on Alabama Therapeutic Facility where I get my trade for welding. I used to go to church. Got college credits. My mentor was Mr. Walker. He was I forgot what you call that. A person that a psychologist. He was a psychologist. He can read people. Yeah. So he kind of rubbed that off on us as his classmates. Yeah. So I picked up a lot of stuff from Mr. Walker. He'll tell you right now, boy, you right there. You gonna get high tomorrow. I said Mr. Walker was crazy. He was crazy though. I used to love Mr. Walker. He said, I know y'all in here get high. You're sitting in my class right now. But that's okay. It's going to get you. It's going to get you. It might not be today. It'll be tomorrow. If you don't stop, it's going to get you. I said, you're right, Mr. Walker. Yeah, he was a good mentor. So when I got out, I got me a good job driving forklifts. I told him I know I drive forklifts. Even though I ain't pursuing my welding trade, even though I could have. But I drove forklift for almost a year and a half. And I'd come to another stump in the road when I try to do right again, go to work, go home, try to stay safe. So I won't worry my mother. That's all I care about, be worrying my mom for real. So I get in an altercation at work when I tell, like, me having street mentality, me going to tell a supervisor or something like that what's going on, I feel like that's called snitching or telling. So I was like, what day I'm going to tell? I can't take it no more. Well, yeah, I was getting blackmailed by my supervisors. They was blackmailing me with a write-up because I was oversleeping. I overslept in the car on a break, and I couldn't get no more write-up because I've been asleep all the time. Wow, they was like, well, why you keep sleeping all the time? I was like, well, y'all overworking me. I said, I work 12 hours a day to 14 hours a day. I said, and then I'm doing 4 people's job, and I'm supposed to be doing 1. So anything else, I'm going to be tired. So they was blackmailing me, so I told them they can go ahead and use the write-up, whatever they're going to do. And when I came to work the next day, he confronted me, which I thought when you go to human resources, everything's supposed to be confidential. So somebody ended up telling him what was said in the office, and he confronted me about it. And I got assaulted by 3 people, him, his nephew, and a friend. So I ended up losing my job then, going back downhill. But the only thing I know in my mind is when I go down and I can't pick myself back up, I know what I'm capable of doing. And there's always be those friends around that try to give you that bag. Yeah, they give you a bag before they give you that money. So they were like, well, Don, you know what you can do. And by me being dumbfounded, I just led back to that. And I got pulled over again with possession, looting, resisting arrest, running a stop sign, intoxicated. It was just hard. And then it was so crazy, like 2 days before that, I just had a breakdown because I think I had got some bad pills because, fentanyl been going on in the world now. I believe I got a hold of a fentanyl pill, and it made me pass out on the ground. And when I woke up, that's the only thing I was doing was crying for my mother and my sister. And then, like, when I finally see my mother, like, I confessed to her, like, I was like, I've been molested, mama, and it's just I let it all out. Like, I just couldn't take it away for, like, it was like, it just hurt me real bad that I had to just be shameful like that. I carry so much on my shoulders, and I'm so relieved that it's over with and it's gone. And when I went to jail and I stayed there for 5 months, my mind just was wondering and just mesmerized by a lot of things. I like to do puzzles too, so I used to do 1,000-piece puzzles every day. I used to take 16 hours to 18 hours a day and do a whole puzzle by myself just to stimulate my mind. Um, so one day in the county, a friend bought some drugs in there, and when I did it, I felt shameful. I felt like God was testing me. Like when I felt like this is my first time ever getting high, and I felt bad from doing it. And when I went to my room, everybody like, "What's wrong, dog?" Like, bro, I feel bad. Like I feel like I'm being tested. Like something been to happen. And 30 days later, they called me and said I'm gonna go to the rehab. And I said, "Oh my God, I'm finna fail the drug test." They were like, "As soon as you get there, you have to take a drug test, and you fail, they're not gonna accept you." So my anxiety up even so high. So when I got there, I ended up passing it. They were like, I was sweating. They were like, "You all right?" I said, "Yeah." I just was laughing. I was just sweating so bad. And then your blood pressure can't be high either. I was almost two things from it, from having my blood pressure too high. So I was accepted at Cedar Lodge, and I was grateful for that. And Mr. George helped me with a lot of things. Him and Bob and Miss Janelle and Miss Teresa. They was good people. She helped me get where I'm at now too. Also my sponsor, Miss Tanja Tolliver. Just thinking about leaving when I was getting ready to leave that place, I was like, well, I'd just rather go back to jail and wait for the folks and see what they're gonna do with me as far as letting me go and all that. But Miss Tolliver, she was like, well, why not go to the Phoenix House and further your recovery and try to change, see how you like more change in your recovery. I was like, no, I don't want to do that. I just want to go home. She said, well, everybody want to go home, but is your mind where it need to be before you go there? I was like, and I thought about it. I was like, well, I'll call you back because I was just so angry and dumbfounded at the time. So I called her back the next day, and I told her I was sorry because she's the reason why I even had the opportunity what I have now. So I was very thankful. I sat there and thanked her for a lot of things she's been doing for me because she went out her way, even though she didn't have to do that. And then a lot of people always say that males should have female sponsors. Well, I say it's a lie because, sometimes a woman get better to you than a man does. Well, that's how it is for me because all I grew up with women. So she taught me into changing my mind. And then I just sit there thinking about how it would be better for me to just try to change. Change is a big thing. And then I said I'm gonna try the Phoenix House. So when I got to the Phoenix House, I was still kind of skeptical of it because I was like, well, I got through my other program. I wonder if the judge gonna let me out. She keep telling me stop worrying about the judge and worry about me. So that's what I've been doing lately. I've been going to church every day. I've been thankful for that. To be at West Church and go to what's that church called? Friendship. Yeah, I like Friendship too. Yes, I've been staying in church and going to AA, and it's been good for me. I'm very thankful. Thank God. And I know, another thing too. I always say I don't know how to meet sober people. So you meet them in sober places, but yeah, I be trying. And then like going around friends, and when you hear things about friends, that's another thing. You gotta choose them wisely, cause when everything's gone, they gone. And the people in my life that I thought was really my friends that was close to me, like they really faded away when all that stuff was gone. Cause being robbed 2 times and thinking I'm finna die the second time, it was scary, and it was a scary moment. That's why I said, but God, like you said, but God, thinking you finna die like that is very hurtful. And then like you be trying to find out how close people is to you, like can they do the same thing you did for them, but they can't. That's why I say you gotta be around people that's either, nah, I ain't gonna say better than you, but on your level. Yeah. And when I found some of them, they've been with me ever since then. They've been my they've been my hope to do what I need to do and come home so I can be with them. when I got, oh, I almost did that. I almost cussed. Yeah, but when I got myself together, I start hearing more grateful things like you're doing good, we love you, we see how you shining, instead of here, bro, let's go smoke, let's go get high, or let's go sell something. You can do it one more time. That stuff I really don't want to hear for real anymore. Like when I told my brother when I came home for my first pass, everybody wanted me to drink, but I was like, I can't drink. Well, they was like, we know you can't smoke, we can't drink either. I'm like, yeah, I might still may drink. I ain't gonna keep lying to myself like I'm not gonna drink. I might drink a little bit, but it only be on occasion because I'm not an alcoholic. You know, I'm just a smoker. So occasion drinks, I think that should be appropriate. Like a little wine. So I like wine too. Like a little wine. But yeah, I just trying to do. I stopped trying to do stuff for other people and focus more on trying to do it for myself. Because the more I keep trying to look for the approval of other people, I keep failing. And if I don't look for it for myself, it's not gonna happen. So I look more and forward to that. I go to work when I don't want to work. I didn't got that mentality now. Because when I didn't want to work, I know what I do. So I don't want to do that no more for real. Because I know where it leads to me because I'm facing like 13 years to bag up. So I'm avoiding that at all costs. Freedom is the key. Because in my second incarceration, it was a guy that told me, he was like, because he's always been there locked up. Like, we always walk around like, I can't wait to get to the free world, the free world. Guy looked up to us all, said, I'm tired of hearing that. You young guys don't know anything. So you're in the free world. Got free water, got free lights, got a free mat, got free food. You in the free world. I said, oh, man. He said, when you go out there, everything costs. I said, he said, it do. He said, it costs you your life. You can end up being homeless because you can't pay for this. You'll be hungry because you can't pay for that. You're going to be shelterless. I said, well, you're right. He said, the only thing y'all need to do is sit in here and focus on yourselves and get yourself together. So I used to always listen to him because he was a good mentor too. His name was Andre. He was like a pastor or a preacher in church. He used to get all the young guys up, get them out of there from doing drugs or just wasting their time doing nothing. So I used to look up to him. So I used to try to stay up under him. He was a good guy, but he did over like 56 years. Yeah, he was in there for a long. He's been there since he was like 16. So he ended up going to prison for like a murder. Yeah, he didn't commit. He ended up getting out though. That was good for him. I was so happy for Dre. Yeah. But just looking at life now for what it is, you gotta just be for your family and yourself, and people that's wanted to be with you for the right purpose, not the wrong purpose. Because the longer I keep falling trapped into the system, I will never leave it, and I'm trying to get away from it. Because my purpose was coming to Alabama was to succeed, and I ain't been doing that. Because it's been hard trying to be somebody I'm not and what other people want me to be. I done already painted an image that I don't want anymore. I want a different image. And I'm thankful, too, for the judge. Because before the judge that we have now, he wasn't like the judge we had before. Only thing she know was to send folks to prison. She didn't give people chances. And he gave me a chance. Because he said he seen something in me that I didn't see in myself. Because when I came to him the second time, he was like, well, you seem like a nice young gentleman. And every time you come before me, it's because of marijuana. And you go to work, you take care of yourself. I don't hear nothing. You don't have any bad crimes or anything like that. You just like to smoke that weed. I said, yeah, Judge Pooh. So he was like, I'm going to tell you what. I'm not going to give you time served. I want you to go to rehab and get you some recovery skills and see how you like to change for your life. And I told him, yeah, I would take it. And so far, it's been good. And I'm thankful for Joy Pool. Yes, sir. Thank God. And I ain't had to go back to prison. Yeah, cause just being in there, they don't know it give you what they call it, ADHD, not ADHD, but PTSD, PTSD. Just watching stuff that goes on in there. Like I think prison shouldn't be for like people that do certain things, cause like just going in there, seeing how it is in there, how it's ran, it's really messed up. It's like it's really messed up, and there's a lot of stuff going on that's behind closed doors that a lot of people don't see. But now social media is out like it is. You see a lot of things that goes on in there. Just watch people die like that and get stabbed or raped. Just to have to encounter those type of things. I'm glad I had to fight on the way out. I didn't really get into too many fights, but a couple. It just to keep my just I ain't gonna say keep an image, just put an image on that I wasn't afraid, because you go in there and you're afraid you'll be a cookie. Yeah, so I ain't want to be no cookie. I had to do what I had to do. But as far as I'm succeeding on, it's grateful. I'm at Pico, which I don't want to be there, but I'm there, and I'm grateful for it. Thank God when I wake up in the morning, I get to go to work and just to stand before you guys and come to church. And Mr. Pastor West, my auntie, then and text me from all the way from South Carolina and told me about Pastor West. And she stay all the way in South Carolina. She's like, well, I know a good church you can go to. And so when I first got here, I was kind of scared, though, because when y'all was speaking in tongues. When I was younger, my auntie used to take me to church, and folks used to speak in tongues. I used to be scared. I used to run out of church. I said, Auntie, what's wrong with them folks? They possessed. He said, no, boy, the Lord in them. I said, well, I guess I know what it is now. But I just love being here, and I hope that I get a chance to go to sober living. Even though most of my friends don't know, I might not come home. I might still stay in sober living because I told John B., which is one of our counselors, that I want to stay and continue my recovery for me. And I know it's going to hurt everybody else, but it ain't for everybody else right now. It's all about me right now. And when I do come home, I'm going to be better. So hopefully next month in July, I will be able to go to sober living or get my extension to stay at the Phoenix house. And it's for me, and I have made up my mind in that decision, even though a lot of folks don't know that. But yes, a couple of days ago, I made that decision in my head that I will stay and further my recovery. Because I know my mentality, if I go home now, I don't think I'm ready. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I don't think I'm ready. Yes, ma'am. So I don't think I'm ready to go back yet. Just seeing everything going home on passes, it's still almost the same. And I feel like I'm going to be right back in that bunch, and I don't want to be in that bunch. So I'm going to stay in further my recovery and sober living, and hopefully I can get all papers while I'm in sober living, and the judge consider me as a whole nother person and see change that's in me that I'm trying to do. And he let me go, and I could be free to do what I want to do. And hopefully in a few more years after that, I hope I can go see my dad in Jamaica, which I keep discriminating doing. Yeah, because he got deported, and I never got a chance to see him. Yeah, they always say you end up following somebody's footsteps, but he didn't want that. My father been sober for almost over 6 to 8 years now. He don't do drugs no more. He don't do nothing. He don't sell drugs no more. He got his own taxi. I help him fix it up. He's his own entrepreneur, and I'm thankful for getting the opportunity just to help him. And when he got himself right, he drives his own taxi now for the airport in Jamaica. I got to talk to him for my birthday. He said he's still doing the same thing. He was mad I even got this dreads again in my head. He said, you know that. He said, you know that attract. He said, attention. I said, you right. I said, but if I do it for the right thing this time, it shouldn't matter. Yeah, so I'm grateful for having him and be able to talk to him, and he get good encouragement because he want me to do good. He really do. And he really mad that I didn't got in trouble again, so I gotta do good for him too, so I can be able to see him and hug him and my grandma in Jamaica. Yeah, so I love you, Pop and Mama. Is you watching? Yeah, and then also my two sisters always felt like their fathers because their dad wasn't around. My younger sister, her dad died when she was young. So she really looks up to me real bad. I call her Big Dog. Yeah, I really think she didn't look up to me like that, like she did until I got out of prison my first time. She told her husband that she wasn't going to marry him unless I was home because she wanted me to walk her down the aisle for her father figure. It made me cry. I was really happy that day. Just knowing the stuff we had to do when we grow up. That's why I love my mother too, because she's a strong woman. And I gotta stop doing what I'm doing so I can get better. Yes, ma'am. Amen. Thank you. Yeah, that was a big day for me when I did that. I think I cried more than she cried. Yeah, but just had to be looked up for too as for a lot of people. Like just being in my recovery, it was hard for me, but it was also hard for everybody else because the things I was doing, I was helping a lot of people. So at the same time, I was hindering them too because everybody didn't know how to do everything on their own. Everybody always had help, but when the help gone, you got to always try to figure it out on your own. So So as I've been removed from the scene, everybody else had to find their own ways, and everybody been finding themselves in my recovery, and I've been proud of everybody as they've been proud of me, because everybody done found themselves again. And I was like, when everybody told me that one day on the phone, I was crying because just hearing everybody able to do things for themselves now and not just look towards for the help. Sometimes help is good, but if you can't help yourself, how can somebody else help you? And it brought me in tears just to hear everybody was on their feet and they didn't need me no more. So that just took another bag or rock off my shoulder. Like you said, a person always tell you, hey, your shoulders high and your head up. Because the more you look down, the more you go down. So I started to look up more and raise my shoulders, and I took all the load off my back and like just walking free and being free and be able to talk in front of people and just let everybody know, and then just don't be shameful no more because there's nothing to be ashamed of. What's done is done. It's only thing can happen now is change. So I just look forward now and not backwards. So as I do that, my footsteps been getting bigger and bigger, and I'm looking for bigger things. And I became a house counselor at the Phoenix house at the halfway house. So I was proud of that. And then I was the number one pick. They told me, Mr. Reese told me the other day, that everybody picked me. So I was thankful for that because I had just left on rehab and I was the group leader. So I got leadership in me. It's just I don't just use my other abilities that I have because I always try to be quiet. But I like to have leadership though. So yes, ma'am. I like leadership because it reflects who you are as a person. That you ain't scared to stand up and you know things ain't right or you know they're wrong. So so I look forward to staying house counselor until I leave. Even if I get extension, I'm still gonna do the same thing. And I was proud of that. And I had got a raise at my job for my the position I'm in. I was happy for that too. So that's why I said even though my job hard and I don't like it, I'm still thankful for it. And I gotta do what I gotta do as a man to stay positive and stay away from the negative. If I feel like negative people around me, I just leave. I don't even say anything. I just leave. Cause my past weekend, I was around some negativity, so I just took upon myself just to leave. Everybody called me and said, "Where you at?" I told them I'm at home. And I said, "That's where I'm gonna be at." So I gotta go home, cause I don't want to mess up. Cause if I mess up, everything's all for nothing. So they was like, "Well, just call us tomorrow." I ain't even call 'em. I just know that's why I said I don't feel like I'm ready. Cause if I gotta just keep practicing when I go home, so I can continue to learn to further myself from the negativity things. So I'm practicing that every weekend. But my sponsor thought it wasn't a good idea that I go home and pass. They don't really want you to go home because things might happen. But if your mind's strong and you got free will, you can just you can have a better thought on it, a better perspective of what you're around and what's in front of you. So I try to look at that, and I just try to lead myself away from it. If I say if people don't like me for it, well, oh well, I got a family that loves me. So yeah, yeah, like I got good friends. I like my friends right here. They came and see me and supported me, even though I know everybody tired. They say, even though everybody said they're gonna watch it live, but ain't nothing like better in person. And then the people that's watching on live, like I thankful for y'all watching me too, cause y'all wasn't able to come. But these guys right here, you know what I'm saying? We go to work together, we talk together, we eat together. So, and just being around good guys, and just hearing different people's stories, like they always say somebody can have it worse than you, and they do. And then like being in rehab and hearing people's stories. Like I was around a lot of those guys that used to just sell people those stuff, and I just think about how I did them. And it used to make me feel bad too as a person. Well, I done got rid of that, so I used to pray about that all the time. Like, cause I used to be the one that used to sell it, so I'm like, oh Lord, that's what they did to these people's lives. Like, that's really bad. Like, when you think about the things you done, like, it be hard on your heart, but you have to let things go. Cause the more you hold it on, the more it's gonna hinder you. So I started doing that and just pray about it. Yeah, I even put a Bible on my phone. So yeah. So when people think on my phone in church, I'm on the Bible. If I ain't, yeah, I got the Bible on my phone too. I highlight, I get it. So if I ain't got a highlight, I get it highlighted on my phone. Yeah, and then my favorite book in the Bible is Ecclesiastes. It has a time for everything. I got it on my back. So if you waste your time, that's one thing you can't get back either. Time. It's gonna wither away from you. For you know you'll be old or dead. Hmm. Yeah. So I try to pressure myself with time, because if you just let it wither away from you, you can never get it back. One thing you gotta do is look at the time ahead, and I don't think about tomorrow. I try to think about today. But when I did we had an art contest at Cedar Lodge at the rehab I was at. They told us to draw a picture for our recovery, and I had drew a clock with all the recovery things around it, and I had ended up winning. Everybody ended up picking mines, and I ended up winning the art contest, and I had got an award for it and everything. I was surprised everybody picked mine because I liked somebody else's, because you couldn't pick yourself, of course, but I liked it like 10 people had said they had liked it somebody else, so I thought that she was gonna be the one that won. How she had painted it, because it was a good picture though. But I ended up winning it. I was surprised, and it surprised me at that. I was like, wow, everybody really, they was like, Don, because your picture really do make sense, because more time we waste in our lives, we could never get it back. But if we keep looking forward and pushing our time toward better and positive things, we'll see those things. And they really liked my picture for that, and I was thankful for that award. And the lady, the head lady at the rehab, she looked seeing something in me. She always said, stop telling me, stop being so hypocritical. A lot of people do that. Like, we always can tell somebody else something but don't do it for ourselves. She said, that's kind of hypocritical. I like, yeah, you're right, because I can't not tell somebody to do this, but I'm steady doing it myself. So I stopped doing that too, and don't be too much judgmental on somebody when you don't know them. Try to get to know them first before you can judge them. I started doing that too more. 'Cause I used to judge somebody before I can even know them. I let my anger get in the way. So I stopped doing that. But now, as far as me just being in recovery and doing what I'm supposed to do, everything is going good for me. And I know my mama and everybody's going to be kind of sad. They probably heard it on live. But I'm not going home yet. But everything's for me now, and I got to do me. If me ain't right, we ain't going to be right. And I love y'all, and thank y'all for coming to my thing.
Thank you. Before he goes off, we're going to pray. We're going to pray with Dauntavious, and I want you to know. Let's shift over this way. Get in the center. There we go. I am so proud of you. I'm so proud of you, and I can't be any more proud if you were my own son. But I'm going to ask everybody that's here that would, if y'all would come up, let's pray. We're going to anoint Dauntavious. I just feel in my spirit that we need to anoint you. And we're going to set you forth in this new job, this new season of your life, because I believe that God is doing something great in your life. And don't be defined by your past, because you don't live there no more. You don't ever have to look back, because you're only looking forward. God's pleased with you, son, and he sees your effort. And I believe, I feel so strongly in my heart that God wants you to know that he ain't forgot you. And the little things that you think that maybe he hadn't answered yet, it ain't because he ain't heard you. It's because he's an on-time God, and he shows up right when it's time. He's not going to come too early or late. It's right on time. So he says, for me to tell you that it's coming, the need, whatever it is you've been praying for, there's something specific that you've been praying for. I can't get it away from my spirit. You know what it is. God said, it's on the way, son. It's on the way. He said, don't worry about it. It's coming. So I want to pray over you. Hang on just a minute.